Hey there, this week's flavor drop is zucchini bread ice cream. I am excited about this flavor. I've got a garden in my backyard and with 2 huge zucchini plants. I've had 5 massive zucchinis grow. I've been shredding zucchini like crazy and making zucchini bread. So I thought, how can I use this? Obviously, we could just eat the loaf and be totally satisfied, but it's kind of fun to experiment with something new like zucchini bread ice cream. We're just gonna see how this flavor goes. It is completely new, so experimental. We'll see how it turns out. First, what we're gonna be doing is combining our base with these 2 ingredients, vanilla and cinnamon. I think it would be fun to do a cinnamon-based ice cream, especially because zucchini bread has cinnamon in it. I was asked the other day, how do you know what to do with these flavors? And for me, what I try to do is think about what I want to go in the ice cream. So zucchini bread. What is in zucchini bread that I can also put into my ice cream base other than just cream and vanilla? And so the components of zucchini bread, some of the spices are cinnamon, clove, and nutmeg. So this, we're just gonna be doing cinnamon in the base. And as far as the recipe for the zucchini bread, I used one of my favorite zucchini bread recipes, and you can too. So let's get started. First, we're gonna combine the base. I'm only using a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon for the ice cream. I don't want it to be too cinnamony, but I just don't know what it'll taste like. So starting out with smaller increments is better. But that looks pretty, I like it. You can really see the cinnamon in there. I like that a lot. And you can smell it. I think that'll be good. While our cinnamon ice cream is churning, I will be cutting the bread into little cubes. I don't want them to be really big because I don't like big, huge chunks of things in my ice cream. So just a nice size, small enough, but large enough that you actually feel like you're eating something in there. We'll slice this up and put it into our ice cream at the end as like a layering portion of it. Man, it slices through so perfectly. I'm not gonna put the end in because it's more crusty, so I'll eat it instead. These other slices though, I will cube them. Also, am I the only one that loves butter on my zucchini bread or banana bread or any bread? Butter just makes everything so much better, and I need to put it on the next time I take a bite of this. So I think these cubes are too big. So I'm going to make them even smaller. That is much better. We'll see if we end up using all of these cubes. We might not, and if we don't, then we get to eat them. Got our pile of cubed zucchini bread here. Looks great. It's going to be great. All right, our ice cream's done. It looks really beautiful. We are going to layer our bread crumbs, bread cubes, in with our ice cream in the container. I started out with a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, but as I was churning, I just wanted to see more cinnamon in the mix. So I ended up adding 3/4 teaspoon in total. I want to be able to see the cinnamon and taste it, but you know, if you eat cinnamon by itself, it like burns your mouth. I don't want that. Hopefully it all comes together to make a great taste and not a burning flavor. Now, we're just going to ice cream, some bread, And I'm just gonna kind of push it in. You don't have to stir it. You don't want to break the bread, but just kind of push it into the ice cream. Look at that, that's so fun. Yeah, this ice cream just looks so beautiful. You can see the cinnamon flakes in there and the bread. I really hope that the ice cream comes together and tastes as good as it looks. Today we have Allie. Allie is one of my dearest friends, and we will be talking about the zucchini bread ice cream.
So
dig in.
Okay. I want to get like the right first bite, you know?
I can taste it.
Yes.
What do you taste first?
Cinnamon, for sure. That is good. Oh, I like that.
But it's not overpowering, is it?
No, and it took a second for it to like kick in, so it was like very palatable, you know?
Yeah.
That is good.
When I was making it, I started off with a very small amount of cinnamon at first. I could hardly even see it in the ice cream. So then I decided to add a little more and a little more. And I was nervous because cinnamon on its own, if you take just a spoonful of cinnamon, it can burn your mouth. And so I really didn't want it to be too overpowering. I just wasn't sure. I'd never done cinnamon before. It's good. Like you feel a little bit of heat, I think.
Yeah, I like enough flavor. I like that you can taste it. So is this zucchini bread?
Yes.
In the ice cream?
Yes.
Yummy.
I made some zucchini bread, a recipe that is my go-to.
It's a good texture too.
Is that?
In the ice cream. And it's not too hard.
Yeah.
Either.
When I do other bread in ice cream, sometimes I soak it in butter just so it doesn't get hard. With this one, I did not do that. I mean, zucchini bread is kind of moist anyways. So I was wondering, should I do that again or should I just leave it? But
I don't feel like it's hard or hard to eat at all. And it's amazing that this ice cream just tastes like zucchini bread.
Yeah.
So good. So good.
I do really love the creaminess of the ice cream. And I think that the bread gives it a nice texture and you have something to bite into, which is really a nice thing. And I really like the cinnamon. I love that you can see the cinnamon in the ice cream.
And I like the amount of bread that's in there too. You could get a little piece of bread with every bite if you wanted to, which I like.
So the size is good because I was thinking possibly crumbling it up and then you have these little crumbs in the ice cream.
Well, I like to be able to chew on it a little, and so I like the size of it. And plus, if it's a big chunk, I can just cut it in half with my spoon with no problem and add it to my ice cream.
Yeah.
I think it's good like this.
Yeah. Okay.
I like being able to, have that texture in there. I just really love ice cream.
I love ice cream too.
I've tried a lot of ice cream, and this is really good ice cream.
Have you ever heard of a zucchini bread ice cream before?
No. I'm always amazed by your unique flavors. I'm like, how are you going to make that into ice cream? But like, you've done it yet again.
Again. I have zucchini from my garden that I've made into bread that now goes into my ice cream.
That
it's
is
just
awesome.
So fun that everything
That's really
is
cool.
from my home. It is fun to figure out different recipes and then make it my own experiment. That's the fun part. Fun, enjoyable thing for me with these flavor drops is I do get to experiment with things that are a little different.
This is like what I imagine being the unique thing about your shop, is that you are able to create these really unique flavors that people haven't heard of, that they want to try. And I think that's a gift. It's really cool. Something really unique.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love it.
Been thinking a lot of like inspiration and I feel like you can receive inspiration in any aspect of your life, regardless of where you're at or what you're doing. And as silly as it may sound, I kind of feel that way with these ice cream recipes, is receiving inspiration.
Oh,
making them.
Agreed. I totally agree.
Yeah.
It's something that matters to you and that you think about a lot. And
well, my ice cream is done. It is so good.
I'm savoring mine.
I'm very happy with how that turned out.
Also, because it's so creamy, like you don't need a ton of it, you know?
Yeah.
Like that was a really good amount of ice cream.
There are so many average foods and flavors and just things out there. But generally, as people, I think we're just satisfied with, I'm hungry, I just need to eat something real quick and I'll be fine.
Yeah.
And so we don't always care about the quality of things.
Agreed.
Which is something that I strive for in my ice cream, is quality ingredients and quality craftsmanship.
Yeah, because I'm not left wanting more. Something different. It's not like, ooh, but I wish that there was more flavor or more, you know, of like that rich, creamy texture. It's like, I get it in every bite. And so I'm really satisfied with one really good, like just one scoop. It's enough. It's good.
Yeah.
And it's really tasty. And I can still taste it in my mouth.
I can
which
too.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. One thing with my ice cream is that it does have a higher fat content in there. And it kind of coats your mouth.
Yeah.
Which is something that I noticed that not every ice cream does because of the lower percentage of fat in there. Allie, thank you for being here with me and trying out this new flavor. So
anytime.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm your girl.
Wonderful. And thank you guys. If you want to learn more about Creamerie ice cream, you can go to creamerie.co. Bye.